Did you know that in Norse mythology, giants could be both friends and enemies to the gods? Sometimes they helped the gods, but other times they caused trouble. So, were the giants good or bad? Let's find out. The giants, also called Jotuns, lived in a land called Jotunheim. It was a cold, wild place filled with huge mountains and deep forests. The gods often visited Jotunheim, but it wasn't always safe. Even though some giants were friendly, others liked to trick or fight the gods. One of the most famous gods, Loki, was actually part giant. He would sometimes join the giants and play tricks on the gods. But he was also friends with the gods, making him a bit of both, a friend and a foe. There were times when giants helped the gods. For example, one giant named Skrimir guided Thor and Loki through a dangerous journey in Jotunheim. He wasn't always easy to get along with, but he did help them find their way. But not all giants were friendly. Some liked to challenge the gods to tests of strength or even battles. Thor, the god of thunder, loved to fight giants and would never back down from a challenge. One day a giant came to Asgard and offered to build a strong wall to protect the gods. In return, he wanted the goddess Freya as his reward. The gods agreed, thinking he would never finish in time, but the giant worked faster than anyone expected. The gods began to worry that he would finish the wall and take Freya with him. Loki came up with a plan to trick the giant. He transformed into a mare and distracted the giant's horse, slowing down the work. In the end, the giant didn't finish on time and didn't get his reward. Whenever a giant threatened the gods, Thor would be there to fight with his mighty hammer, Mjolnir. But not all stories about giants were about fighting. Skadi, a giantess, came to Asgard seeking justice after her father was killed by the gods. She was brave and strong, and even became the goddess of winter. To make peace with Skadi, the gods offered her a husband. She had to choose by looking only at the gods' feet. She picked who she thought was the handsome god Balder, but it was actually Njord, the god of the sea. Skadi became friends with the gods. She was often seen hunting in the mountains near Asgard. She was a reminder that not all giants were enemies. The very first giant was named Ymir. He was so big that his body was used to create the world. His flesh became the land, his blood turned into the seas, and his bones formed the mountains. The gods worked together to shape the world from Ymir's body. Even though he was a giant, he played an important role in the creation of the world. Loki even had children with a giantess named Angerboda. Their children included the giant wolf Fenrir, the serpent Jormungandr, and Hel, who ruled the underworld. These children would grow up to challenge the gods one day. The gods grew worried as Loki's giant children became stronger and more dangerous. They knew that one day, these giants would bring great challenges. The giants and the gods would eventually clash in a great battle called Ragnarok. Ragnarok means the end of the world. Giants and gods fought side by side, and many were lost in the fight. But even after Ragnarok, the world was reborn, showing that both giants and gods played important roles in the cycle of life and death. So, were the giants friends or foes? The truth is, they were both. They helped shape the world, challenged the gods, and made Norse mythology full of exciting stories. If you enjoyed learning about the giants, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tales from Norse mythology.